So an article by BBC, written by Katie Kay, describes why it is the case that young women just aren't really that excited about Hillary Clinton potentially becoming the first female president. And I think she does a really great job at analyzing the situation. So she writes, Hillary Clinton is set to make history by being the first female nominee for the White House. So why don't I feel more excited? Let's put politics aside for a moment. Whatever your political leanings, this is by any measure a momentous day for women. Mrs. Clinton could become Madam President. We've never had a woman hold the most powerful job in the world before. But I've spent the last couple of weeks talking to women here, and it's remarkable how younger women in particular often seem to greet the Clinton candidacy with a collective shrug. So why is this the case? So she spoke with many different young women, and the responses that she received were, one, she's old news. She's just old, which is kind of rude and not substantive. She's stiff. She's just a regular politician. She's been around too long, and she doesn't connect with us. So I don't necessarily think that those are really substantive reasons, but if you don't really know about politics and you're not too politically savvy, then you can look at Hillary Clinton and say, she's probably not going to actually look out for me and my best interests. But anyways, she continues, the feminist silver lining could be that women in their 20s today are fully confident that they will see a woman president in their lifetimes in a way that women of my generation never have been. They just aren't sure they want or need it to be Hillary. They can wait. Women over the age of 50 have an urgency about the issue that younger women just don't. But even among some women who will definitely vote for Hillary, even among some women who will definitely give money to her campaign, I'm hearing almost a sense of regret that they don't feel more thrilled right now. I think that that is an absolutely astute analysis. Young women, they do feel that we've progressed enough to where we will eventually see a female candidate. I mean, there are so many qualified women. I could actually think of more qualified women than men right now. Nina Turner, Tulsi Gabbard, Elizabeth Warren, even though I'm a little bit angry at her. There are much more qualified women now than there are men that are actually real progressives. So I agree with that assessment 100%, and I too would love to see a woman in the White House. But when it comes to Hillary Clinton, I'm just not that excited. Now, when I talk to my nieces, I have 3 nieces that are voting age. They just either recently turned 18 or have been 18 for a couple of years, and this is their first election. And they're not excited about Hillary Clinton either. The prospect of her becoming the first woman president is not excited to them, because I think that they actually connect more with Bernie Sanders, to his class, than they do to Hillary Clinton and her gender. Because what Bernie Sanders is proposing will actually have a real-world effect, whereas in actuality, if we get a woman president, that's good. She's breaking, Hillary's going to break the glass ceiling, but that doesn't do anything for them in real life. The $12 minimum wage is much different than a $15 minimum wage. That $3 makes a tremendous difference. They're all trying to go to college now. Hillary Clinton's college affordability plan is not new. So in the end, Hillary Clinton is not fighting for things that would have a direct impact on people's lives. She is just admitting that she's going to perpetuate the status quo. And for many, many, many people, the status quo isn't working right now. If we continue to follow the status quo, then income inequality will continue to get worse. If we follow the status quo, then nothing will be done about climate change. And when we're older, when my nieces are older, well, the world is going to go to shit. And we can't trust that Hillary Clinton will do anything because she's taking money from the fossil fuel industries. Now, again, when I say this on Twitter, Hillary Clinton supporters will yell at me because they'll say there's no evidence of that and it's been debunked. Well, actually, you have to dig a little bit deeper. It hasn't been debunked. What's a fact is that lobbyists bundle and donate to a super PAC, and she gets a lot of fossil fuel donations, and she also supports fracking and takes money from pro-fracking companies. So even if it weren't the case that she was taking money from fossil fuel industries, you still can't trust her that she's going to do anything about climate change, something that will overwhelmingly affect our futures as millennials and young people. So I think that the whole, why do I feel so meh about Hillary Clinton becoming the first woman president? That explains it right there. I need something more. I need to know that you're actually going to fight for me. I need to know that I'm not going to get screwed over by someone different. Oh, I'm getting screwed over by a woman now instead of a man. Whoop-de-doo. I need to know that you're actually going to fight for us and not your donors who you've taken millions and millions and millions of dollars from, who you have personally benefited from. I mean, there's so many layers of corruption to Hillary Clinton. She hasn't just taken money in terms of her campaign contributions, but she's taking personal money. She's taking speaking fees from them and giving speeches on their behalf that goes directly into her own bank account. The Clinton Foundation, she's taking donations from foreign companies or foreign governments, across the world, but also foreign and multinational corporations as well. So it's really, really frustrating that, we can't be happy. I think most of us want to be happy if we're progressive about the first female president. We all tried to draft Elizabeth Warren, not necessarily because she's a woman, but because she's the most progressive, qualified person that we thought was going to run. And we wanted her to challenge Hillary Clinton because we don't see Hillary Clinton as a real progressive. We see her as a conservative. But it's frustrating. We can't really be excited about Hillary because we know nothing will change when we desperately need change. So that's honestly what it comes down to. And I think this article is phenomenal. It's much longer, so I'd recommend everyone read it. I'll have the full link in the description box. But look, great analysis. I think that Katie hits the nail on the head there.